About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Any opportunity to travel and paint, I'm taking it, and this was no exception. So although it wasn't as spontaneous as my 24-hour trips, it was equally as fun and kind of equally as chaotic. Okay, so I thought I was going to almost miss the flight, but I haven't. I am here. I normally like being here 3 hours early, and it's only an hour and 20 minutes. Makes me feel sick. But yeah, I will catch you up on the other side.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
I made it to Portugal. I just had the sweetest thing because obviously I look like a tourist. I'm very much lost. And then someone came to this guy came to help me figure out where I was going. And the issue is I don't know where I'm going. As in I just want to explore. But anyway, couldn't speak any English. I can't speak any Portuguese. But all he could say is I am a child of God. Relax. And it was just so sweet. But yeah, I think I'm just going to look around this area for a little bit because I still have some time before checking in, and then I will get an Uber to the hotel. But yeah, I just thought that was so sweet. It just made my day. Must have some M&Ms. On my random walk to nowhere, I found this stunning garden. If for nothing else, I'm in love with all the colors that I'm seeing. Lots of inspo. It sounds weird, but a lot of the flowers are either old or dying. But that being said, when I look at them without my glasses, because I can't see details very far, it looks absolutely stunning because all I can see is all the beautiful colors. And it almost just reminds me of when, we get told to squint or to look at values or to simplify things. I understand why now. This is the great thing about walking with no destination in mind. The other thing I would recommend is having battery when you do so, because I'm running out, so I'm gonna have to go very, very soon. I just want to see the cathedral before I go, so I should probably stop filming. Still searching for the cathedral. I just think it would be nice to see it just in case I don't get the opportunity to come back here. And I feel like I'm walking around it. I found it. See? I'm going to be honest because we're friends and actually admit that I was stood literally by it, maybe a few meters away from it initially, just looking on my Google Maps trying to figure out where it was, but all I had to do was look up. But yeah, beautiful. Okay, risking it all. So I've seen the cathedral. It's lovely. I didn't go inside. I don't feel dressed right for it, but it was beautiful from the outside. And now on Google Maps I've seen that there's an arch, so I'm going to go look for that. I have 13% left on my battery, and obviously I need it to, or maybe perhaps not obviously, I need it to call a taxi so that I can get to the hotel. So I'm gonna be super quick. I just really want to see it, and then I feel like I will have at least seen part of Braga, and it's okay if I don't get to pick where I see next. This hotel is so nice. It's so nice. Let me do the customary tour. So this is the front door where you enter. This is the only thing that I think is perhaps a little bit weird. So as in like not weird, but perhaps be mindful of who you would, you know, you'd have to be very comfortable to share this kind of room. So the bathroom is here. As you can see, no door. A lovely bath, and I am most definitely gonna take a bath. Gonna love this feature. Look at this. Ta-da! The bedroom. And then toilet is here and shower is here. So these are behind doors. So I guess it's, you know, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's just the lack of door if you take a bath. And then we come to the bedroom, and it's so nice. It's spacious. It's got a TV. I don't tend to watch them, but nice to have. This right here, I think, is one of the bits that I am most excited about because it just looks so comfy. It has a side table, gonna be perfect for painting and sketching the view. A twin bed and where am I? And a desk. And then you have like, you know, the standard things like mugs, things for like tea and coffee. And then over here is a cupboard, whoops, with all my stuff that I've hidden. So I'm gonna try not to be messy, but yeah, it's really nice. It's not bad. It's on the 5th floor, but I'm happy. Now, if you're into ruins, there's an old broken down building there, but then there's also just loads of greenery. This bit isn't as comfortable as it looks, but it'll do, you know, like I still get a really nice view, still get to sit, still have my table and paint or sketch. I didn't bring my laptop with me, so it just feels weird being on holiday without it, but I think that that's going to lend itself well to just creating more art. I've come to Monte di Bon Gesù church on a mountain. I don't know if I'm at the top or if I still need to take like a little train to go to the top, so we shall see. But it's like so beautiful. It's so nice. I don't even know where I'm walking to. I don't know if I'm walking in the right place, but where I am looks beautiful. I don't know which direction to walk in. I think that I've actually come all the way to the top. I thought I was going to be at the bottom of the hill and then have to go up. So I'm gonna have a look at the view. This is so exciting. First, oh, this is so stunning. This day trip was extra special because I tried to bug my sister to come with me so that we could go sightseeing and I could paint and, you know, just really explore Braga before we go back. She wasn't on it at all. And she suggested that I go with my dad. And I was like, no, that won't be his thing at all, blah, blah, blah. So initially I went on my own and then I called my dad. Turns out I was completely wrong. It was totally his thing. And we had the best day. we literally like went around, we took pictures, we chat, he took like videos for me, like it was just so much fun. And yeah, I don't know why we've never done this before, but it turns out that we're quite similar in that we like the same kind of things when it comes to travel. But yeah, I had no idea and we had such a good time. I'm so glad that we did it, and a shout out to my sister for suggesting it. She was actually quite shocked. She was like, of course you guys are similar, like of course this is the kind of thing you guys would enjoy doing. Why why are you surprised? But I really was. I don't know, I didn't think that he would be on it either, but anyway, I'm glad that he was. And I did get to do some painting while I was there because as you can see, the views were just spectacular. As it so happens though, I couldn't create anything that I liked. I did like a small mixed media painting and I don't know what it is about it that I just did not like. And sod's law, of course, when you're making something that you don't like, people come around and they're like, oh my goodness, let me see what you're creating. And what made it worse this time is that it was people that I knew. All the way in Braga on top of a mountain. I'm there hiding my painting, and then people that I know are like, "Oh, you paint? Oh my gosh, let me see what you're doing." And I'm there trying to hide my paintings. But yeah, that was the case. That being said, I find that, I say this all the time, when it comes to like urban sketching, when it comes to painting outdoors, for me, it's a lot more about enjoying the process, enjoying being outside, being around people, the food, the atmosphere. Like, that is what I'm doing it all for. And when I look back on the artwork, even if it's not my best piece or a piece that I even like that much, it always brings back good memories, and for that I am grateful and I'm always happy. So it may not be perfect, it may not be my or your finest work, but I still think that it's definitely worth it. It also really helps me to see a place, to pay attention. I think especially now where we're in a time where everything is a bit more immediate and a bit faster, the art of of observation and paying attention isn't as fine-tuned as it once used to be, at least not for me. And now when I look back on it, like, it's not that it was dreadful. I don't know, I just kind of felt that the colors I picked were a bit odd. And so I did another painting, actually. I forgot about this one. And this one I really liked. I think because I was playing with the shadows and I quite liked the purpley bluey colours that I picked. Although I was at risk of overworking it, I stopped right at the right time. We then went on this little train that goes all the way down. And it's funny because everyone was inside it, I guess, scared, understandably. And I am scared of heights, but I'm very much the type of scared but do it anyway. I really wanted to kind of see what it was like being outside the train and looking, and it was awesome. So I'm really glad that I did that. My dad and I continued our explorations. He's very friendly, so he'd made friends with a taxi driver who then came and picked us up and took us to different places that he thought that we would like to see. So that was really nice to do as well, and we were the only people around here. That's why I was so excited, and that's why I was smiling, because I was having such a good day. Hey, so I just checked out and I have 8 hours until my flight, so I'm going to go to Porto, which is near the airport, and hopefully also get a tour. I haven't booked it yet. I just want to make sure that I'm on the train and actually on the way before I book the ticket, so we shall see. I really do wish that I could hold on to this feeling when it comes to looking at my own surroundings. Let me explain what I mean. I feel like when I go on holiday, I could be looking at a trash can. I kid you not, a trash can, a pole, a door, a window. Everything looks beautiful with the rose-tinted glasses of holiday. Everything looks like it could be a painting. The rust looks interesting. I'll be looking at things and be like, oh, serpentine genuine, oh, cascade green. I'm like, oh, what color would that? But then when I come home, I don't always extend that. I live so close to some really beautiful places, and I guess even my own area is beautiful, but the rose tinted glasses are not quite there. And that is something that I would really like to get better at actually seeing. But anyway, I continued my journey. So my dad and my sister actually went back before me, and I decided to stay on because I wanted to explore Porto, make the most of being there, again paint and again sketch, and just gather inspiration. And even if I'm not painting, I feel like there's a lot of things that you can do that still feed your creativity and help you to create later if you wish. And a lot of that comes from actually going outside, touching grass and having experiences. Now the search for the tour. Should this be further forward? I found it. I actually really like this hat. I have a big head, so I'm impressed that it's fitting at all.
So, in this journey, we're gonna see everything about Porto. The monuments, the neighborhoods, the persons.
So that is what I was doing, and again, it was so nice. I booked a tour. It's for me, I really enjoy tours because it removes the element of having to make decisions, I am taken to places that are quite often beautiful. And I find that if I have a limited amount of time, or if in general I really don't know an area, it can be a good way to get orientated with a place, to find spots that I can go back to later, to have a point of reference and like be able to ask your guide, like, you know, where you can eat or other things, you know. And then you may also be around other tourists. So where possible, I do like to do like a reasonably priced tour so that I can experience places more.
Not one, but yes, two churches. That's why they look like together, but they have a house in the middle of the two. A small house. So we kind of couldn't say anything. Yes.
I was doing all of this on the day that I had to go back. So I think I basically had like 5 hours before I needed to be at the airport, and I packed it with activity. I took the train from Braga to Porto. I then did a tour, as you can see, to just really learn a bit more about Porto, see the beautiful places, chat with the tour guide. But I knew that I wouldn't be able to go back and spend a lot of time in these places, but at least I got to see more than I would have otherwise if walking and trying to figure out how to get around on my own. So I did that, and then I decided to go by the riverbank.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
Okay, so before I go on the boat tour, I'm gonna go and have a look at some of the markets nearby and try not to lose my sun hat, as I don't even have like space in my bag, so I feel like this is just going to be a quick check. I can't afford excess luggage right now. Oh, but this is so nice.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
Adventure continues. I think we're gonna have to stop videoing parts of it. I'll try and get like a tiny bit because I am running low on battery, and that's where my boarding pass is. And you know, in order to avoid being stranded, I'm gonna have to stop videoing. But fear not, I managed to record for a little bit longer, and I mean, Porto was beautiful. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed as well was that there were artists around, like painting the view as well. So it felt very inspiring. It's funny because I often get asked, like, do I mind when people watch me if I'm painting? And honestly, most times I don't. If anything, sometimes I may feel like a little bit embarrassed if it's right at the start of the process or it's not a painting that I like, because it's almost like, oh no, don't judge it too harshly, like, you know. But I think that the same way that I get inspired when I see other artists creating, some people are just curious and naturally just want to see what you are creating as well. So I take it in the spirit that it's intended. That being said, in Porto, this one time, it was actually wild. I never ended up finishing my painting, my sketch of my view here. And that's because, like, the most random thing happened where like a whole bunch of people just like surrounded me like 360, and they didn't mean it in like an intimidating or bad way. I think they were just like, you know, naturally quite curious, but as a result I couldn't even see what I was trying to paint or anything, like just, and they didn't even speak to me. They weren't even like talking to me, they were just like in a circle around me. So it was a very bizarre experience. So I did like a quick pencil sketch, added a bit of ink, and then went on my merry way on the boat ride. So yeah, I think if it's something that you're worried about, just know that most times people are just like really curious and that you're inspiring them. A lot of the time people want to be creative but perhaps feel like they can't be, and so seeing you gives them courage, I guess. So it's usually a really, really nice experience. And also some of the conversations that I've had as a result have been really awesome, not necessarily in Porto, but just in general, like having other fellow artists come up and talk to me, or people who are trying to paint or people who want to paint, is just really nice more times than not. If that being said, it's something that you don't want to encourage, then I find quite often just finding like a quiet corner, putting on some noise cancelling headphones, and like having the expression, a facial expression that kind of says I'm concentrating, will more times than not mean that people will not distract you. At most they'll just give you like a polite nod. All the years that I have been urban sketching and plein air painting, it's always been a really lovely experience, with this one being the most bizarre that I've ever encountered. Before I go, I want to try and find an art store. We'll see. A little bit lost looking for this art store. I'm not going to spend loads of time because I need to like go to the airport, and technically I can't buy anything. I just want to like have a look around. Found it. Despite the fact that I had barely any time, I took it upon myself to be like, you know what, I want to go to an art store, you know. I really wanted to see what they had, whether price is better, but also just see if I could find an art supply that was specific to Portugal. And again, just, you know, my way of supporting the local economy instead of buying souvenirs is now to buy art supplies. So I looked around and I was very pleasantly surprised. They had like a really good range of Kuretake. They had Daniel Smith, Core, Winsor and Newton, paints, pencils, just the whole thing, which was again really great. So I thought about it. I then remembered my liquid allowance and I decided to get a few of the open stock Kuretake paint pans because they are big. I love the colors, and also at the time I didn't have the Art Nouveau set, and these had quite a few of the Art Nouveau-esque colors and colors that I was interested in. And most times I can only get them in sets, but I had the privilege of being able to get them open stock here. As you can see, there were also like watercolors, and the store was massive. I wish I could have spent more time here. Although I definitely don't need more art supplies, but there was just so many different supplies. Time wasn't on my side, unfortunately, and I ended up cutting it close and ordering an Uber before making my way back to the airport and then back to the UK. Now, if you're still watching, you're definitely an MVP. So I'm curious, let me know, do you enjoy painting and creating art while on holiday? or do you prefer to just soak it all up and then create when you get back home? For me, I always think I'm going to create lots and lots and lots. And I think apart from one trip, I usually create a lot less than I think I'm going to. And the reason that I created more in that trip was that at some point I just gave myself permission to just do simple pen sketches, to like really keep it nice and simple. And that as a result meant that I carried less and was just able to do sketch after sketch after sketch. That being said, I'm curious, let me know if you want to see more videos like this, including one where I literally booked a flight at like 10 p.m. and then packed a bag, didn't sleep, made my way to the airport and was there by 6 a.m. Then be sure to check out these next videos for my art travel adventures. Thanks for watching. Goodbye and God bless.